fucking give up. We're not going to beat them. I love that idea, like the hero units of the dog world.
Beethoven.
Oh, imagine the Saint Bernard. All of the Beethoven movies. The thing is, in that scenario, you know you're fucked when the announcement over the tannoy is made. Air Bud has entered the battlefield. It's like, we're fucking done. Air Bud's here. That's it. Game over. He can do everything. He can play basketball.
Well, he's the general.
Yeah, he is. He's the one
leader of the dog army.
That is like when Master Chief walks onto the battlefield. Do you know when you fight in the Covenant and they see Master Chief go, the demon is here, and they like, literally opposing armies run away in fear? That's what happens. The thing is, if you want to go with that comparison, you'd have like the Spartan squad that Master Chief has led, and they'd just be like the various incarnations of Air Bud, like the various Air Buddies that are helping him.
Wait, we're forgetting one.
What?
Clifford.
Can you imagine? You look and you just see literally like 1,000 dogs, and then you see Cliff like a Moomakill, and they're having like armoured up like a fucking Moomakill, wading into the battle, and he's got hundreds of dogs around him, and you've just got like dogs in little helmets above him. Oh man, we'd be fucked. Like, this was fun. We should do this more often.
Pick an animal.
You know what? Let us know in the comments what animal we should talk about next. This is fucking hilarious. I promise it never happens like this.
Goddamn.
Download now and get 10 free heroes, with at least one legendary hero guaranteed. Love your heroes and embark on a new adventure today. Level up and earn while you chill. Tired? Level up whenever you're ready. Leveled up the wrong hero? Just reset them. Mistakes are now just a thing of the past.
AFK Arena. Play now for free.
Alright, my kingdom's looking good. My neighbor's looking like he could use some help. Let's do that. Let's get the lions.
Carl, I gotta say, solid work on that title.
The pun. When I wrote this article a couple of years ago, I spent about 10 minutes workshopping that, thinking, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way to get murder in it, and I did, and I'm very proud of that fact. If you ever watched a nature documentary, you probably know that animals are dicks. However, did you know there is a way to stop them being dicks to one another without hurting them or harming them in any way? Experts do this using a concept known as conditioned taste aversion, often shortened to CTA by scientists without any time to lose. Using CTA, it's actually possible to make animals act against their most basic instincts without hurting them or even threatening them with a cartoonishly live butterfly net motioning towards a nearby restaurant.
So what is conditioned taste aversion?
Well, basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's where you condition animals to avoid things based on its taste. And you can do this by taking a food the animal would ordinarily eat, or you don't want it to eat anymore, and just making it taste awful, either with chemicals or like pepper or something like that.
So basically how they learn in real life?
Basically, yeah, but you're artificially recreating the situation that teaches them to ordinarily avoid toxic things in real life. A really good example is chili peppers. Because in the wild, they're mostly eaten by birds because birds don't have a sense of taste. They can just eat the seeds as much as they want, whereas any other animal that tries eating them is obviously going to avoid them because it burns their mouth. Unless obviously you like people and you enjoy that for some reason.
Them peppers is like profit.
Think of it, it's the way that most people who work in offices stop their co-workers eating their shit. So if you ever, like, people know it's one of the most annoying things in the world is when you have a co-worker who eats your food. Food thieves are the worst people ever. And you'll always hear, how do I stop the guy doing this? Either one, lace it with laxatives, or two, lace it with hot sauce. Because just like an animal, they will fucking learn if they keep trying to eat other people's food, and it always gives them the shits or burns their mouth. So perhaps the greatest example of CTA in action happened in 1983, when a worker at a bird sanctuary noticed that the eggs of some of their smallest, fuzziest, and most endangered creatures were being predated on by a murder of local crows.
It's a murder, honey. A group of crows is called a murder.
So what did they do to stop the crows?
What they did is they just took chicken eggs and painted them to look exactly like the eggs of those endangered birds and then coated them in a chemical that they hoped would stop the crows eating them.
Oh, didn't you just say that birds can't taste it?
Birds don't have a sense of taste. Or I didn't have. I should explain. The chemical didn't taste bad, although it probably did, but the bird couldn't taste it. What it did was it made them violently ill. As we all know, you don't need to be able to taste something for it to make you ill and throw up. So we've all eaten donuts.
Shots fired. I repeat, shots fired.
So after painting the eggs to look like those of an endangered species, it's noted by bird sanctuary workers that predation of endangered species eggs stopped overnight, as crows, which are well regarded as one of the smartest birds on earth, quickly warned all their crow friends not to eat any eggs that look like that. Crows are amazingly smart.
Yeah.
Have you ever read into the kind of crazy bullshit crows do? They recognise people. They're one of the few animals that are able to recognise faces for some reason, and they hold grudges. There is an experiment where a researcher will just addict to crows just to see what happened. I think like a year, they just dive bombed him. You can find a video of this as he's walking along. And what he did is when he wore the mask, the crows still attacked him. But what happened was when other people wore the same mask, they also got attacked as well. So what he tried doing is he tried putting a hat on, and he still found him. What they started doing is attacking everyone who wore a hat. He's like, no, we can't find him, we'll just get everyone who wears a hat. They are capable of memorising complex solutions to problems and remembering them for years. So you've probably seen the famous video of a crow making a hook out of a piece of wire and using it to fish food out of a test tube. And then they can then teach this behaviour to other crows. They've also been observed dropping seeds on roads, so cars run them over. Which in itself is quite smart. Then the crows have also been observed waiting for red lights to go and pick the seeds back up. And they've been observed following garbage men around, so they can pick up the scraps that they leave behind, and they've memorised like their entire route. There are also stories of farms and things like that where they've got crows stopping there while they were going migrating. There's a famous story of a farmer, and he said, you know what, this year I'm going to shoot them. He shot exactly one crow, and the entire flock of millions never set foot on his farm again, and in fact started flying higher over his farm. And when they worked out how high they were flying, they worked out it's the exact range that his shotgun could reach. You can find all these stories, and you can put the little fact value down below to confirm them and tell people all the crazy bullshit crows have done. They're so smart and so terrifying. It's one of the animal things that could probably take over the world if they really wanted to, because not only are they capable of holding grudges, but they're also capable of sharing that grudge with their friends. And there's something quite terrifying or unsettling about the idea that if you piss off one crow, you could potentially earn the ire of millions of crows, all of crow kind. So do you know what that's going to be? I can just see that's going to be like that scene in The Simpsons where Hans Moleman's in the bird sanctuary and they're all flying into the things like, I need the biggest seatbelt you have.
I need the biggest seatbelt you have. Oh, that's too big.
But no, that's too big. That's what it'd be like. I'm going to get you. You'd be like the birds. Or Birdemic.
I was saying, don't even mention Birdemic.
Birdemic too. Those films are not without precedent. Birds are terrifying. They're capable of doing this. They can hold grudges and follow people.
So there's other reasons Birdemic is terrifying.
Oh yeah. You see how much dumb birds? I'll actually know him and 5,000 of his friends hate you. That's scary. I could take out one crow one-on-one. I'd have that crow. That crow have no chance. Quick elbow drop, swift boot, done. 20 crows. Okay, nice size get there. They could peck at me. They could like do some damage. But I'd still take that. Put like a net or something like that. But 100 crows. Now I'm starting to get worried because that's enough crows to envelop you. And that's the thing to get back. At that 1,000 crows. That's more than I probably weigh. So they make me down. And you get like 1,000,000 crows. Game over. They've got that scene from Pitch Black. If you ever seen that shitty Vin Diesel movie, where the millions of bird creatures fly out when it goes dark and just instantly turn that guy into a skeleton. So yeah, no. Don't fuck the crows, man. Don't do it. Not worth it. As an extra fact to make you sound a little bit more scared of the crow family, in 1995, researchers tried replicating this experiment with ravens, known as the Big Dick Daddy of the crow family. It didn't exactly go to plan.
So why didn't it go well?
But you know what the ravens did? They didn't learn to avoid the eggs, they just took them and didn't eat them. They were removing them from the environment to protect the ravens. You know what? That's fucking terrifying.
You've just told us all these horror stories about these crows, and you're basically saying the same thing could happen, but with a bird that's like 3 times the size.
You've never seen Japanese ravens? Those things are fucking beasts. They're like 4 times the size of a regular raven. They can take you out. Are we doing like, comment, subscribe anymore?
No.
Oh, okay then. We still can't promote the channel. I guess we need to go. Okay then, yeah. Guys. So, like, subscribe, all that bullshit. If you really want to help us grow this channel, take the link to this video and text it to your ex-girlfriend. How many people are actually going to do that? I'm curious.
So to put the comments to replies. What the fuck is it? I told you not to message me anymore.
Yeah, do that. Why not? Let's see how it goes. Fuck it. I think we can agree that crows are pretty terrifying. And if they wanted to, they could probably take over the world. Right? So let's imagine for a second that all of bird kind tries to attack humanity and they form a giant army. And we're going to say that crows and ravens, they're at the top, they're in charge, they're the big mad daddies giving the orders. What other roles do you think other birds could fulfill? I'm saying emus, ostriches, a definite shoo-in for the enforcers. They'd be the big enforcers, like keeping everyone in line.
They're the ground soldiers, aren't they?
Yeah, they people keeping more flags. You know, there's actually a thing called the emu wall, and it says on it, decisive emu victory. There's only question of emus winning, right? So emus, ostriches, enforcers. Hummingbirds, definitely the stealth bombers. Imagine if you're sat down, having a cup of tea, eating a biscuit, hummingbird comes in, puts his little beak in your ear or your eye, bam, hummingbirds. Game over, John. I think we've made people do one like transmit messages. Morse code with peckers. We've got that.
I reckon when they finally get like television or something like that established, the eagle will get the spawn first.
It's got to be, I mean, it's the most famous bird. I think we'd have like, what is it, vultures, who will like fly super high and have really good eyesight. You know, they'd be the scouts. They'd be like predator drones, you know, like keeping checks and everything. And then we'd have like the parrots and the other like the macaws and stuff. They'd be all send like propaganda. They could learn how to speak our language and tell us that we're going to lose. Birdkind will reign supreme, just echoing from the forests.
Do you reckon right at the bottom, kiwis?
They're the mascot. The kiwi's the mascot. Then you got the chickens, like, the chickens aren't strong, but they aren't many. But they could disrupt the food supply by just all shitting themselves to death. So that's what they're going to do, like, the chickens, weak but many, and disrupting the food supply. That's their job.
They're like the peasants.
Yeah, just not laying any eggs, just they're the ground, they're just the fodder they throw into battle to keep us going. The hawks and the kestrels and the falcons,
Fighter plane.
they're like, yeah, they're their jet fighters, they're their main, like, the thrust of their air force. They're so fast. All the ones that can dive bomb super fast. That peregrine falcons that go, what, 200 miles an hour? They're just the suicides. They're like the suicide kamikaze pilots. Imagine if a bird going 200 miles an hour hit you on the back of the head. Imagine the president giving a speech and then a bird just dive bombing going 200 miles an hour. Straight through his head. Check it out. That's it. That's it. That's the only thing stabilise the country if you're the birds and they're watching this. They're probably that. Someone's got a budgie in a cage behind them. That's how you take out. That's how you take out world leaders without giving a speech. Imagine how demoralised humanity would be. They're giving that speech from Independence Day, like, we will not go quietly into the night, and then just a peregrine falcon goes at Mach 3 in the back of his head. That's it. That's demoralising as fuck.
It'd be like one of those scenes in the film where he made his speech and then it's cut off because they see something in the bow. And as it parts, a peacock comes through with its feathers up and it's like, oh,
That's a distraction. And what he doesn't realise is there's actually an army of humming birds like sneaking up behind him. Penguins. Obviously, they're the only thing that really got to control the oceans. So the penguins control the oceans.
They're the Navy.
The penguins are the Navy. The penguins are the Navy. The emus and ostriches are the Army, and everything else is obviously the Air Force. I'm going to say I think birds will have the most comprehensive air and most expansive globe-spanning air force humanity has ever seen. You know what? We already know they can take out our planes. They can just fly into the engines.
Just think as well, if they try to nuke the birds, all they need to do is
But migrate to another fucking country. How do you take out a creature? I thought, we've bombed their homeland. Oh wait, what's that? What we're doing is that we're going to move to a place the birds can't go, Antarctica, and the penguins come. And there's probably some in the comments now thinking too serious, going, oh, we'll just get a fucking tank. Yeah, okay, yeah, you probably could get a tank, but what I'm saying is, if it's safe in there, how long? How many bullets have you got before you run out? The birds, how many?
I've got 1,000 bullets stopped up. How many birds?
How many birds have you seen today?
Unless you're killing 2 birds with 1 bullet, then.
It's ridiculous. You're not going to do it. There's someone who's got like that stupid tanks to take massive. What? How are you going to take out a fucking swarm of birds with a tank? You're just not safe in there. When you run out of food, you'll get out, and then if a million birds are going to like start pecking you, you have to make peace with the birds. And just imagine the peace tree. So what do you want? Seeds? What? Seeds? All the seeds. We need the seeds. Seeds. Twigs. Many twigs. Can we keep no twigs for you?
What are you laughing at?
I just noticed that this video on my website is sponsored by Rooster Teeth. How fitting. Emus are considered to be one of the most dangerous animals in all of Australia. An impressive feat considering the other shit that lives in Australia. But along with being one of the deadliest birds in the world, the emu is also incredibly curious, as evidenced by its bizarre habit of walking up behind people and poking them with his beak. Also, I should point out that today's a drinking video. So, yeah. Oh, look at that. Everyone's joining me. Before we move higher up the comment section, okay, is it pronounced? Yeah, one of those, I think. Let's do both. You know what? If I'm having a drink and I can't be asked to concentrate on how to pronounce a 3-letter word, fuck it, it's emu. Emu.
Understand like a big bird being dangerous.
Yeah, it's a big ass bird, it can do some damage.
But considering what lives in Australia, one of the most dangerous animals there?
Yes, believe it or not, folks at home, as Brandon pointed out, the emu is one of the most dangerous animals in all of Africa. And what? Not Africa, sorry. I'll tell you what. Sorry, I was thinking about hippos. But you know what? If you airdropped a couple of emus into Africa, I bet they'd hold their own. I can bet that an emu could kick a lion to death. Shut up, right. Yes, believe it or not, emus are one of the most dangerous animals in Australia.
And Africa!
In Africa, if you airdrop some emus into Africa, some shit would go down. Anyway, they are one of the most dangerous animals in Australia, not Africa. And Brad will now put a list of other dangerous animals that happen to live in Australia for people so people can have some context on how dangerous that fucking animal is. And there's an idea about how dangerous Australia is. We talk about the Gympie tree. People don't know about the Gympie tree. That thing will fuck your shit up. It is a tree that has leaves that are coated what amounts to tiny hypodermic needles filled with potent neurotoxin that cause you to feel agonising pain for about 10 years straight. It's the most ridiculous thing. Do you know what my favourite thing? Australia is so chill about the fact they've got this deadly ash tree with leaves on it that cause unimaginable agony when you brush your skin against it. They call little birds of it ankle biters. What an adorable ass name for a plant that causes pain has been likened to having the affected area electrocuted with acid spilt on it at the exact same time. Let's call it the ankle biter.
Why are emus so dangerous?
Well, Josh, the reason that emus are so dangerous is a combination of two factors. One, they possess big-ass talons, and two, they can kick with those talons using their big-ass powerful legs with enough force to puncture a steel fence.
Ew. Really? That's pretty crazy.
How big are the talons?
About 5 inches long.
So gigantic.
Yes, 5 inches is massive.
A mastodonic size.
Yeah, they are. An emu's 5-inch talons are mastodonic in size. Okay then. But yes, 5 inches is especially large for a set of talons.
It's not just the size either.
No, it's how they're wielded that make them like especially dangerous and awe-inspiring in the right hands. But also exciting. Enticing. You still talking about talons, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks to these two things, an emu would quite literally kick your ass. And the worst part is, while you're lying on the floor, nursing your emu would walk over to your body and start pecking it out of curiosity. Because that's how emus do.
So, do we have any examples of emus doing this time?
We actually do, because in 1932 the Australian government decided, you know what? Fuck these emus. There's enough shit in Australia that can mess up our day. We don't need the emus on top of this. So what they did is they waged an actual war against the emus and lost. And the Wikipedia page for this is fucking amazing. And I invite anyone who wants to laugh to go check out the Wikipedia page on the Great Emu War of 1932. Because not only did the Australians lose, the Wikipedia summary for it keeps getting vandalised. Because originally when I first researched it, it said on the Wikipedia page, outcome, decisive emu victory. That's what it said originally. I think it's been changed now, so it says, outcome, failure, emus persist. So emus continue to exist, failure for the Australian military. It's like, man, that's embarrassing all round, isn't it? Like, you have got opposable guns, like a million years of evolution and machine guns on your side. You get beaten by an emu. And I want to know how the last day of fighting in the Great Emu Wars went down. I want to know when they called the ceasefire. Who got to play the game? What emu got to play the game? What skin did they have?
I imagine the emu skin, Carl.
No, because I
Do
think
you think they were wearing different outfits?
I like to think they were. Yeah, I like to think they're all wearing different hats. They're all wearing different hats. Like, I imagine now, it's like there are various birds that look like that. You have like there's emus, there's cassowaries, and there's ostriches. And they all basically are super dangerous. Cassowaries are known as being more dangerous than both emus and ostriches because they're more aggressive. And I'd like to think that the cassowary is just an emu that levels up. Like the emu, that's a level 1. You start at level 1, you're an emu. And when you finally you level up enough, you get to be an ostrich. But then when the ostrich levels up even more than that, it's like you become a cassowary. Because the cassowary is just an emu wearing epic loot. And that's how it works. And that's why they're so much more popular. It's like you start as an emu at level 1, you get one ostrich, and then when you finally get your epic loot, you put it on, you become a cassowary. And that's why you're so aggressive, because you're a high level player. Because you've got the skills. Despite their fearsome reputation in Australia, emus are rarely violent and are mostly curious about humans more than anything, which makes sense when you're an animal who only has like 2 natural predators. And even then, one of those natural predators apparently can't beat you in a fight if it has a machine gun. One last thing about the Emu Wars, can you please put the picture from the Wikipedia page of the Emu Wars, which is fucking brilliant. It's like this Australian soldier holding a dead emu, but it looks like he's just strangling an emu and someone managed to capture him in the act of doing so. It just looks like he's like getting, like, oh, the Emu Wars, and he's like, the picture that demonstrates the Emu Wars is this Australian, he's like trying to strangle an emu.
I think that we need to petition Wikipedia because that image is not representative of the outcome of the emu.
It isn't, is it? Because the image shows a guy holding a dead emu, and we now know that it was a decisive emu victory because the emu persisted. And I love that phrasing, emus persist, as if like there is like some like metaphysical concept in reality that cannot be challenged, like the tide or gravity. It's like is it King David or whoever sat at the tide and told it to go back to show the limits of his power? Honestly, imagine an Australian general just sat there on a fucking throne commanding the emus to go back. Just a wave of feathers engulfs his men. He's like, I didn't expect this. I'm really sorry. And you just see him as he puts the gun to his head. He just gets buried in emus.
So the emus are just more curious than anything.
Yes, and this culminates in the display of a behaviour that is frankly fucking amazing, and that scientists can't really explain at all. Emus walking up to people and animals, pecking them once when their back is turned, and running away just to see how they react.
So why would they do that at all?
Scientists aren't really sure. They believe it's some sort of game played by emus because they're naturally curious creatures. Obviously, they can't walk up and tap them with their foot because they kick with the power of a sledgehammer and they have 5-inch talons at the end of their feet. If they try to with their foot, they'd just be them walking behind someone just stabbing them. That is like a Dark Souls style riposte on whoever they happen to go behind. So they peck them very lightly with their beak and run away to the reaction is. And there have been nomads like to follow people, like which they find humans fascinating because they don't really see them all that much. They follow them for like sometimes miles just to sneak up on them when they stop, and them once in the back and leg it. It's a bit cute. It wasn't for the fact that you also that even if he really wanted to could just like kick you in the back and probably like put his tiny little foot in your chest like a Mortal Kombat fatality and like puncture your heart.
Do you think this is their spoils for winning the Great Emu War?
You know, it could be, couldn't it? It's just the emu's way of showing off because they know they can beat us in like a straight up fight, even if we've got a gun. And that is, you might know like one Native American is the battle with like soldiers. There's something called like the, I think it's the coup stick, where they're basically able to get like points or whatever amongst your tribe. You had to like sneak up to the enemy when they were like in battle and poke them with a stick and run away. And that was like considered like a great honour because it showed that you were strong enough and smart enough and fast enough to go within touching distance of the enemy, touch them, and then not get killed. It's like an insult sort of thing. Maybe the emus are doing that. But it's like, yeah, I could have killed you, but no, I tapped you with my beak. I could have just as easily though punched you in the back of the head with my foot, put a 5-inch talon up your arsehole. That's kind of scary, isn't it? So as usual, to clarify this glorious message of the video, emus an animal with one of the most powerful kicks on earth, and a creature that has before in history beaten humans with machine guns, will occasionally sneak up behind people and poke them very gently with his beak.
Your turret has been destroyed.
So that went well.
I think so too.
Yeah. I've won everything, so I don't think so.
I couldn't put down that, I go out. I'd go out and have a drink, because Bradley's got to deal with this shit. So yeah, good luck with that, mate.
You know, as soon as you're taking half the lines, you're going to take half the edit work, mate.
I contributed maybe 5% to this video.
Yeah, so I kind of not thought at the time with that one, you know, so I know has been drinking and you guys have been slacking. What animal do you think's leveled up the most? Go back to that, what animal amongst all others is like the highest level?
What blue whale?
That's fair point.
But that's like, we went from the tiniest fish. We went from a goldfish, right?
Yeah, well, that's a fish, not a mammal, mate.
Shut up.
The logic is flawed, but I'll follow it for a moment if it's interesting. Go.
It looks the same. Both got different types, aren't they?
That's a fair point.
Precisely.
I will admit that the blue whale does not the animal that's like what we're talking about. That is the biggest one, isn't it? That's the idea in like Dark Soul monsters. They're the biggest, they've got the most souls.
I think the duck will platinum.
Yeah, because that's the one that's like, you know, it's just stepped into everything.
I think that's what the ones where, like,
You know how with a beak that lays eggs and also
you know how Shelder has to bite onto Slowpoke's tail?
Yes.
I reckon the platypus is like multiple animals.
I really didn't think the platypus was a real animal at first.
Yeah.
And like, if you go to the like Natural History Museum in London, their original duck-billed platypus specimen is covered in cut marks because the scientist who first got one from, I think it's Australia they're endemic to, is it? Or maybe, I think it's Australia, yeah. Whatever country is like endemic to, when he got a sample from there of a duck-billed platypus, he thought it was a joke and he got so annoyed he tried to cut it with a pair of scissors. So the original, like, if he tried to cut the beak off him, he just sellotaped it to some other random animal. Yeah. So the original specimen that they've got in the Natural History Museum is covered in cut marks. And then to set forth the guy like, no, it's a real animal. But then again, they also used to like sew fish to monkeys and say it was mermaids.
I've seen that.
So, yeah, so they had a reason to suspect he wasn't a real animal. Yeah, I think duck-billed platypus is
Do
that's like
anything.
So,
Do
like,
anything.
Duck-bill, they swim. They can detect electromagnetic pulses in the water. They're poisonous. Yeah, they've got poison barbs. They suckle their young. They're an animal. They're like the Swiss Army knife animal. So that's another one I feel like that's leveled up pretty high.
What two animals do you think you could merge together to make the whole new more interesting?
If I was going to combine two animals, the ones that got a very specific skill. So you can like they can both utilise that skill. They're like a cheetah for the speed, and then like a gorilla for the power. So I want a turbo gorilla. And they'd have to have like the coloration of the cheetah, but they'd have to have like the power and size of the gorilla.
You know that the cheetah is not wearing like faster stripes, right? That's not what makes him go fast.
Well, that's what I see a turbo gorilla that has like the coloration of a cheetah. So that's the word turbo gorilla cracks me up.
I want, for no real reason, a comedian sloth. So that a sloth can just relax and just not be seen.
You know what? Your life's hard enough. I think about sloths is they shit once a week. And the most dangerous time for them is when they shit. They have to go down to the ground to shit. Yeah. I feel so bad for that. It's like, for any other bird, like, what's the most relaxing time of day? When you go for your morning shit. For a sloth, that is the moment it dreads. No wonder it only shits once a week. That's the one time you're vulnerable to predators. I don't live as well. Oh, man, that's a good idea though. Like sloths are doing this so they can chill.
GG.
I get a sloth like a super long. Oh, see, when you have to travel for his leaves.
Okay, so we're going to try and think of ways to make sloths lazy.
Yeah, that's good. Then it benefits the sloth, so it's a good combo.
Combine a sloth with some kind of insect so it has to work the arms and then needs to let go of the beaches.
That'd be scary though. Things with more than like arms that is necessary, it's like, he should run. Like Goro can work. He's got 4 pecs. Fuck that.
Have you got a favourite big cat?
Panthers. Sounds cool to say. Panthers. Most people believe tiger or pretty rat is a fairly innocuous, if unusual statement that causes no strong emotional reaction one way or the other. The same cannot be said for users of the website Wikipedia, where a phrase similar to that will cause several of them to crop at the mouth, several of them straight, and still filling his file all over their keyboards, trying to defend the other most famous big cat, the lion.
I'm assuming the Wikipedia page you're talking about is the one for tigers?
Yes, specifically the talk page for the Wikipedia page on tigers. And people who don't know, the talk page of Wikipedia, if you've never clicked on it, which I highly recommend doing, it's very funny for a lot of articles, is where editors gather to discuss an article's contents and it's written, style, format, that sort of thing, whether or not a piece of information is relevant to a certain section, whether or not the article is even worth reading on the website as a whole. And as I mentioned, these talk pages are very often fucking hilarious. Wikipedia editors don't seem to have a sense of humour. And in addition to that, behind the scenes on Wikipedia is often hilarious due to the nature of the user base and the fact it's freely editable by anybody on the internet. And as an example of that, Nisha, would you like to hazard a guess at which page on Wikipedia is flagged for cleanup the most by users?
I'm going to guess it's probably something sexual.
It is, yes. It's the page on ejaculation, which every single day some smart-ass user will go onto Wikipedia and flag for cleanup. So whatever editor has edited it recently says, ejaculation flag for cleanup. Now sticking within the sex theme of Wikipedia, so a lot of pages on Wikipedia about sex. So if it's an encyclopedia, people get curious. It's a nice, non-judgmental source for people to read, and people when Wikipedia will aware of that. And it's nice for kids to like, go, okay, what is a penis? And search it. The problem with this though is that it, again, is editable by anybody. So with those two things in mind, would you like to hazard another guess at which page on Wikipedia has had the most user-submitted photos? I'll give you a clue. It's mostly men who submit these photos.
It's not like...
It's exactly that, yes it is. So many men who click on that article and go to the forward page and like, the erection isn't good enough and submit a photo of their own penis to say, no, here's a better picture of an erection. And there is a huge argument behind the scenes of editors going, we don't need 7 sections on the stages of an erection complete with photos. We don't need a slideshow. We don't need... And then there are obviously arguments of like, okay, well the penis shown in the photo isn't big enough. You need to, if you want to showcase what erection is. I implore anybody who's not at work right now or wants to get fired, go to that page and go to the whole page specifically. It's fucking hilarious. And the fact that there is a style guide for Wikipedians means that they have to speak a certain way. And then also they're talking about this objectively very funny thing, which which is like, men submitting pictures of their own penis thinking this is the perfect penis in a very matter-of-fact clerical fashion, which is brilliant to me.
Carl, I know you love talking about penises. I could talk about them all day,
Which I've done in several videos, okay?
but I think we should probably get back to talking about tigers.
Yeah, we'll get back to it. We'll move away from penises and onto tigers. Specifically, the argument that we're talking about today erupted when a Wikipedia editor inserted into the article on tigers a throwaway line about them being, and I quote, the most powerful cats. Which I'm just going to put out there, doesn't seem that controversial a statement to me, does it you? Tigers are, on the whole, larger and heavier than every other cat in existence, so it stands to reason that they would be described as the most powerful.
Well, this is the internet we're talking about, so I'm assuming there's going to be plenty of people who weren't happy about this.
Yeah, from experience we know there is no statement innocuous enough where people won't get pissed off about it, and specifically fans of lions, which are a thing, I guess, took exception to this statement, and it has caused an argument that raged on for months between fans of lions and fans of tigers about whether or not this statement was correct, and it resulted in potentially my favourite term that has ever been coined by anyone anywhere on the internet, being written down and posted by a person unironically. And this statement was, "You're just a silly tiger fanboy." I just want to let that statement just sit for a few seconds. Silly tiger fanboy. I don't think anything sums up how people on the internet will attach their ego or personality to something and then defend it to the regardless of how stupid or that singular statement in that way, in your time on the internet me show, it's a person walking around what is the silliest, smallest, most inconsequential thing you have seen a person get pissed off about?
My boyfriend got really salty at me because I put bacon in the freezer.
Well, he's actually sat in the room right now, so is that true?
Yeah. That's so true.
It's so bacon in the freezer.
I just thought, we're not going to use all these rashers within, the time of the expiry date.
Yeah.
So I thought, put it in the freezer.
Yeah, what in other words, what are you supposed to do with food?
And I got, shouted at for it.
Bacon in the freezer, fucking hell. The one that springs to mind for me immediately, and always will be, is a guy I bumped into when I was at the Edinburgh Fringe one year. He was a fan of the band Alexis on Fire.
Yeah.
And if anyone's not familiar with the band, I'm sure the logo behind me over my shoulders. It looks like it says Alex is on fire.
Which is what I thought.
Yes, and apparently it's not, and I remember this, and do you know why? Because that guy had it tattooed on his arm. Oh, Alex is on fire. I've heard of those guys, and you know, no, it's Alexis on fire. Get it right. So what do you mean? It's Alexis on fire. Any fan would know that. Well, I'm not a fan, I'm sorry. So, well, it's a good job you said that to me and not, another fan. Because people will start fights over that shit. So, okay then, whoa, Mr. Badass over here, I'm going to start a fist fight over mispronouncing of a band name. Cool. You enjoy the rest of your holiday, goods. We'll move swiftly on to what the crux of the argument for Band of Lions are. I'm probably wondering, was Wikipedia, it's all about facts, fact-checking, sourcing. Yeah, what sources then were these fans, these big lion fans, using to support their argument that lions are better than tigers? And I'd love to tell you that there weren't any, because the entire argument was like an emotional one. I'm not kidding, people were so people apparently these guys were very attached to the fact that lions are powerful, but not enough so where they would go out and do any research, despite the fact they are Wikipedia fucking editors. And the arguments were mostly just emotionally charged. Name slinging about people being tiger fanboys. And this is especially hilarious when you consider that just a couple of mouse clicks away. On Wikipedia is a page dedicated to listing all the times throughout human history that we are aware of where tigers have kicked the ever-loving shit out of lions. Because it is such a pervasive argument, both online and throughout history, that it is obviously worthy of being noted by Wikipedia. And there are a few examples of lions winning, but by and large, tigers always winning because tigers are bigger, tigers are stronger, and tigers don't give a fuck. Like tigers can kill almost any animal on Earth with a single swipe of their mighty tiger paws. lions don't stand a fucking chance. And a good example of this, I know some lion fanboys out there who get angry with me, is the Gladiatorial Colosseum, where the Romans pitted basically every animal on earth against one another, like Mortal Kombat style. It's noted by the Romans themselves that, yeah, don't put anything against a tiger. It's not worth it. Whatever you put against a tiger will fucking die, unless it's an elephant or a rhino. And even then, it's not like, guaranteed. But that doesn't matter, because it's all tiger fanboys.
Exactly. It's
It's
silly.
Fanboyism over tiger. This is great. I love it. Big cat fanboyism. Huge fan. Huge fan. Wikipedia never stops sucking. It's fantastic. People out there never stop peopling.
Well, there must have been some sort of argument against tigers.
Yeah, it's since this specific statement of tigers are the most powerful cat. Well, the only one that I could find in my research, and it somewhat makes sense, is that it's not fair to label tigers as the most powerful cat when sometimes they lose. And that makes sense, I guess, because I guess it's not fair to say that, bears are more powerful than people, because Mike Tyson could beat up a koala. What about that? And that is the basis of the argument. Like, they're not the most powerful because sometimes they lose.
Yeah.
So powerful things can lose. Tigers can have bad days. Tigers sometimes, because they're not on top form, and lions can get the best of them, which is obviously that Wikipedia page about this very fact notes. But he says, statistically, they're going to get you. Because they're like 12 foot long or way nearly out. So that's what they'll do. This argument went on for months until the Wikipedia editors got so annoyed they removed that statement. Not because it's not true, because they were so annoyed with the arguments and people going onto the page for tigers and vandalising it. Because fans of lions were going onto the tiger page and editing it to make fun of tigers. And that to me, that was so up the internet. That just, it doesn't matter how wrong I am or how much evidence there is proving the argument against me to be correct. I will never give up shoving my foot directly into my mouth because being wrong feels bad. Oh, it's so good. But then obviously that's the point of the tiger fanboys, which I implore everyone out there to use as much as possible in their day-to-day dealings. Keeping with the theme of people giving a huge shit about something that doesn't matter, is there anything, Nisha, that you feel very strongly about or would argue with someone about that in the grand scheme of things isn't all that important? Because I feel especially strongly about the cutting of sandwiches, specifically when people cut it and make it square or rectangular instead of triangular. Because triangle sandwiches are better. It's the superior way to cut the sandwich. I don't care what anyone fucking says. It annoys me who say, oh no, it's the same. So no, it tastes different. It tastes better when it's a triangle. Because that way, you can more evenly spread out all the stuff inside, and then you can eat it from corner to corner, and then you get one big bite in the middle, and then you've still got a triangle shape. Whereas if you get a square or rectangle one, take one bite out the middle, you've got that weird horseshoe thing. So every time you try to get a bite, you get mayonnaise outside of your mouth. Fuck that. No. My way is better.
You have strong feelings
I
about
do.
this.
Of course, if you make two sandwiches, you can get the triangles, and you can put the triangle and make a square in the middle.
Yeah.
And that's where you can put your crisps, or your bomb of soup, or your snack, or your yogurt, something like that. To protect it. Protect it with the wall of toast that you've got to eat your way inside. So when I was a little kid, my mum would make it like that, and we'd pretend we were monsters, and you got to eat your way inside to get to the centre bit. My way place has got a story behind it. I don't care what anyone else says. Anything like that, where it's silly when you see someone do it, you get annoyed. I've seen friends cook sandwiches. I'm going to try and take that. Take the same. No, it doesn't. I know it tastes better. I can tell.
But I get annoyed pretty easily at little things I notice that don't matter. Like, for example, if
you're looking at him and he's in the room, so you can say, your boyfriend, what does he do this time?
yeah, I get really annoyed like if my boyfriend like takes the bin out,
Yeah.
like the big bin in the kitchen,
Okay.
but then to replace the bin liner.
That's the worst. Oh,
Well, there was one time, I think I'd like got all the bin bags out of every bin in the flat, and like left them near the door. And then I was expecting Adam was leaving, so he'd probably take the bags with him.
he walked straight past it.
Took none. And I was just like,
I respect the power move of that. No, 'cause that reminds me, 'cause you know how like bad I am when it comes to cleaning in regards to like yelling at people for not doing it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we lived together in a house once.
I felt really like
Big house share.
messy when I was with you because you were like so much cleaner.
I will never forget the moment where I never in my life hit a woman that I was this far away from when we were that old housemate. Do you remember? The one who was very messy?
Not me,
So
no.
the other people that was very messy. I got in from work, really nice to look at race course. I've been like, it's a 10-hour shift. I got in, the kitchen was a fucking mess. I went, I'm already in my work clothes, I already smell, I'm already dirty. I'll clean up and make myself something to eat. So I spent about 20-30 minutes scrubbing all the sides, polishing them down. My old staff works in bathroom, I know I fucking clean the side down. That thing was spotless, could have eaten off it. And all that was happening, that housemate was in the other fucking room, just watching TV. And after I'd done it, they came in, they got some toast, and they cut it on the side. No chopping board, no shit like that. And all the crumbs were on the side. I remember there was one thing that went onto the fucking floor. After they'd seen me hoover up all the crumbs off the floor as well. I just went, what are you doing? I was putting the crumbs on the floor. So it's what you just seen me hoover up? You can't make it beforehand. I was like, oh. So I don't know why it's such a big deal. It's that I'm the only one who cleans it up. And then another time, when the bins want to go out, you must remember this. The bins never went out in our house. No one fucking took them out. So I moved the bins from the front of the house to the back door. There was literally this much space between. You had to open the door. You could lean out and put it in. I even opened up the bin so you wouldn't have to go out and lift the bin. You just open the door, throw it in the bin. It still didn't happen. Then one day I came in again after work, long ass day, pissed off, tried to put the bin in, posted a photo of it on Facebook. I posted and I tagged our other housemate on Mr. Brad in that. And he again said he got so mad. He asked me, Carl, do you think this is funny? Because everyone was laughing at him and making fun of him being dirty. Yeah. And walked out of the room and had a drink.
Yeah, I think after that I made sure to take bins out.
And now you've learned it. Now you're like, you've joined my side.
Now I get angry at Adam.
Yes. It's not take the bin out, mate. It's not hard.
So Carl, what have you had for breakfast today?
The saddest breakfast of all, a protein shake and a multivitamin. However, few Americans realise that the idea of making breakfast is largely the invention of a single man, Edward Bernays.
I've never heard of this, Edward Bernays.
Yeah, not many people have, but he's arguably one of the singular most influential men of the 20th century. And he's not so much well known in the public, but in the spheres of advertising and marketing, he is a legend because he was almost single-handedly responsible for some of the most influential and pervasive marketing campaigns ever devised, including one which we're going to talk about today, where he changed the way everyone in America saw breakfast. And the one he's best known for, though, for encouraged millions of American women to smoke for feminism.
That seems weird to me because I don't see the connection between feminism and smoking.
Yeah, nobody did until Edward Bernays came along because he was walked on his Chinese cigarettes, and he was told basically not enough women are smoking our cigarettes, and we don't really want to live in ourselves to giving cancer to half the population. What can you do about this? And Edward Bernays was famous for not advertising the product directly, but changing the way people thought about it, which he saw as more effective. And it's probably going to be no surprise to anybody out there that he was related to Sigmund Freud, because he utilised psychology in his advertising campaigns, and this was seen to be revolutionary at the time. And what he realised was, the 1920s, around the time he was asked to do this, not many women smoked. It was seen as being taboo. Women did, but in private, because they didn't want men to see it. It was seen as a very masculine thing. And obviously, that's not great if you're trying to sell cigarettes to those women. And he's trying to frame smoking as something women could do to show that they can do anything men can. So yeah, which is true. And I guess that does include get cancer. But they did mention that at the time. And as I've discussed, Edward Bernays never advertised the product directly because he saw it's more effective to change how people see it. So what he did, instead of launching an advertising campaign, is arrange for a bunch of women to take part in the 1929 Easter Parade in New York, during which they would smoke, you guessed it, Lucky Strike cigarettes. And then he leaked information to the press that there was going to be a protest taking place by a bunch of women about, an issue that was, they felt strongly about. And obviously the newspapers turned up and they lapped up the story like warm honey off the boot heel of the dominatrix.
So here you have a symbol, women, young women, debutantes, smoking a cigarette in public. Anybody who believes in this kind of equality pretty much has to support them in the ensuing debate.
As a result, millions of women across America saw headlines like this about cigarettes, and that's how obviously Lucky Strike obviously got their due. And as underhanded and seedy as that is, you have to hand it to the guy. That is fucking genius.
Yeah, it's pretty clever.
Yeah, and he is famous for doing it, and I'm sure as I'm speaking right now, some other examples of the things that he did. Basically, that would be seen as underhanded today, but were widely lauded at the time, like all that adverts, like, mate, you're fucking on it. Like, you are a genius, but it's making an and I like that because he changed how an entire country saw breakfast. Before we move on to how Edward Bernays made everybody in America think bacon equals breakfast, are there any ads that worked on you recently or not worked? Because advertising is advertising content that's worked and might be better than seeing. Is there any ads that you've seen recently what the fuck is this doing?
Well, the main thing that springs to mind is the obvious one, which is the Shopify Wish.
I've heard about this. I've got so many of my friends who said, Wish needs to calm the fuck down what it's advertising to me. He speaks to my, I'll get my mate to send me the screenshot, where he is one of those people who's paranoid about his information getting out there. Everything's private, everything's all cookies are turned on. He continually gets adverts for dildos and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and he can't figure it out. Okay, just send me the screenshots. He's like, Wish needs to calm the fuck down. What does he think I'm up to? All I do is play Dota. He's speaking of getting harassed on people like his last I don't like children, I don't like watching on my rings, any thing like that. I am continuously bombarded by ads for watchers on Instagram. And it got to the point where every time I see one, I thought, this is not relevant to me. Every single time. And without a doubt, the next day there'll be another fucking ad, like 20 minutes, so in a different kind of shitty overlook squat. It's like, why does it think I need to watch so much? What is Instagram trying to tell me? Every single day I get an advert for a fucking watch or a jacket. Well, it's like a jacket worn by a dickhead with an haircut, and you know exactly the kind of guy I'm talking about. The walking fucking haircut with no personality, looking off into the distance like this, wearing this jacket that's like 5 sizes too small. It's like, I don't want this. I want something that fits. I don't get why
like, just don't just watch me fight, and just and then engage after I'm dead. It just doesn't make sense, dude. Especially when I was able to take out a whole one by myself. Like, I was really strong at that point. All he had to do was engage, and he could have fucking won.
She tried to buy a t-shirt. Look, I run the thing. I'll get you one. It's not. I don't pay full price for it. I get it at a cost. I know I want to support your channel, so it's like you don't need to do that. You might want to
2 and 8 though.
So let's bring it back to Edward Bernays.
Yes, and bacon. And as you probably guessed by the description of how he got women to start smoking, he was a fan of unconventional ways of getting, a product out there and advertising it.
Well, why specifically bacon?
Well, that is because, again, this happened in the 1920s, around the time of the Lucky Strike thing. So, Edward
Alright, I think I'm going to take a little break right now.
He was approached by
call that a GG, man. I think we did 2 games back to back there.
Albeit rather odd request, which was increase the sales of bacon nationwide.
That one wasn't too bad. It wasn't great either. Neither was that one.
Pork products, including bacon.
I was over this game now. I don't think we actually played. I think we just played one fucking 52-minute game.
Well, how did the Lynx
43-minute
bake in a
freaking
breakfast
game.
slip?
So
That happened because obviously
That's
Bernays
pretty rough.
went out and did what he did best, and that was some fucking research.
look at stats
and
actually.
you realised that at the time, Americans
Oh.
ate a relatively light
What?
breakfast, like milk,
Support did
toast,
most damage in
cereals,
game?
milk,
What?
fruit. AKA the breakfast most doctors today
Most
recommend
vision
you
score?
eat,
What?
A light breakfast that just gives you a bit of energy.
Not even the most
rest
gold
of the
earned?
day.
What?
And he thought to himself, I'm never going
What
to
is
change
this,
how
dude?
Americans
What is this?
eat breakfast.
What is this
I
right
can
here?
change how they see
These
breakfast.
numbers don't add
So
up,
what
man.
did Edward
These numbers
do?
are not
He
adding
did what
up.
he always did.
13,
That
8,
was something
22.
That was shady as all balls, but ended up getting him what he wanted. So he called up a doctor friend of his with a seemingly innocent question, which was, would you recommend that person eats a hearty or a light breakfast?
This is what pisses
The
me
doctor
off, dude. You got a
responded,
jungle right here.
Obviously, I'd recommend a
28
hearty breakfast,
and
not a
3.
full meal a day.
This is his
Something like
damage.
in England,
Sorry.
the saying is
This is
always
his
dressed like a
fucking
king,
damage.
looking like
Are you
a
kidding me?
prince, something like a pauper.
What is this?
And Bernays was
What
fully
is this
expecting
damage?
a
5 and
chance, when he
8?
got it,
32,000?
asked
What?
for another question.
What?
With that in mind,
And this dude
would you
gets,
consider
like, these
bacon?
people get to farm. I just don't understand how it's, like, so far behind.
I
Like,
guess.
240 creep score,
That's all he
bro.
needed. And then what Bernays
How are you
did
so
instead of,
far
would you
behind me?
mind
Like,
just asking
what?
these two questions?
These
Then, like,
numbers
oil
don't
on
make
friends.
sense at
Obviously,
all.
I've got no problem with that. And then Bernays
135,
had
210,
thousands of
right?
letters to random
19.6.
doctors across America asking the same thing, asking them for their correspondence, and obviously every doctor said the
Only
same thing.
16K out of